I was all in on this. This wasn't, I had my heart and soul on this. This isn't about power. This is about getting stuff done. Having somebody like me come and represent other people who are just like me, simple-minded folks who come from absolutely nothing and have a voice in Congress. That's why when Mitt Romney told me I didn't belong here, this isn't the first, or will it be the last time that somebody has told me I didn't belong, and I fought to stay.
All right, well, I agree with you there. I think there's going to be more accusations that you don't belong there. You simple-minded fool, you. He started from nothing and then rose all the way to heights of becoming a master middle guard on the Brook volleyball team and a savior of dogs with cancer around the country. Yes, he started from nothing and he became nothing really, but technically, briefly, a congressman. In any event, that was an interview that George Santos was having with Newsmax, and there are more serious concerns having to do especially with lingering questions about where the hell all of his money came from in his actual run for Congress. Here is his answer to that.
I would love it if you could be a bit more specific, though. You're kind of talking a little bit vaguely. For these loans, there's collateral. There are things that, in the past, you've said, okay, it didn't come from Russia, it didn't come from China. You say legitimately. That's a lot of money. It didn't appear that you had jobs that would provide that kind of income where you can make these kinds of loans. So I would love it if you could be a bit more specific, because these are real sizable figures.
Of course, Greg, DeVolder Organizations was founded in 2001 when I stepped away from my previous employment, and I decided to go on my own to do exactly what I've did for other companies for years, which is capital introduction, relationship management of high net worth individuals.
Okay, he did rattle off a bunch of buzzwords in quick succession. There are some issues, as many people have pointed out. If he had actually started that company in 2001, he would have been 13. So I guess the other employment would have been a lemonade stand. And then he started a venture capital fund or something. I assume he means 2021, that is when it was actually made. The issue is that he can just talk vaguely about representing capital, big money, blah, blah. There is no evidence of years of growing success in this field. 2 years, 3 years now ago, he had like $50,000 to his name. It is not impossible that in the next year and a half, he generated so many millions of dollars that he could afford to give $700,000 to his own campaign. But if that is the case, there would be evidence of that. And thus far, there is none. And I love, by the way, that in this case, George Santos is so toxic that even Newsmax feels like they can ask, for the first time ever, pointed, difficult questions to a Republican. I don't know what the name of that chucklehead was, and I'm sure everything else he's ever said in his life is terrible, but those were good questions to George Santos. Brett, what do you think?
Right, the fact that they're starting to call him out, like they're liars themselves, like that's their whole thing, is they just take whatever anyone on the right says that seems to get like engagements and retweets from morons, and they say it. And they're like, sorry, we're liars, but you're bad. That's like, those parts of town where they're like, we are Candy Cane Lane, and we design our houses to be at Christmas time the most ornately lighted houses in the neighborhood. And he's like, all right, I'm with you. I'll be at home. I like to decorate. And it's as if Candy Cane Lane was like, dude, scale it back a bit. It is too much. What you put on your house is way too much. The guy, I understand it. There's a part of when I say this is America, Jack, is like it's, part of it is fake it till you make it, but you're a congressman now, so you've made it. Can you please just tell us every lie? Just out with it. It's gonna be fun. People are gonna actually like you more. We're at that point in the arc where it's no longer like he's already surpassed the, I was in the Donald Trump make it as crazy as possible. He overshot that. And the only thing that America really likes more than that is someone who really puts their hat in their hand and comes at you with a real apology that makes sense. But I fear that he's too much of an absolute pathological, like clinically pathological liar that he can't even wrap his mind around what he's did in any conscious way.
Yeah, no, I mean, you see in his eyes, there's like no emotion there. Like there is something obviously deeply psychologically wrong with him that he believes that, like, I don't know if he has a different view of what is the truth and what is a lie, or he cannot conceive of why it would be bad to lie to people because he doesn't see them as people. I don't think he sees lies or other people the same way that we do. I don't know what his arc is eventually going to be, if it's going to be, coming clean like Brett says, or if someday he's gonna compete on The Masked Singer and they're gonna unveil him at the end, and then there's gonna be an expose that it actually wasn't him singing the whole time. I don't know what's gonna happen to him, but I would really prefer it to not be in elected office.
For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.